A story new at 11. The great majority of us have no hesitation when it comes to which bathroom to use, but the simple task of going to the restroom for one local high school student has prompted a meeting that may yield a complicated decision. Then at your side's Jason Marks outlines a dilemma surrounding a transgendered student and what administrators are doing about it. So what did they decide, Jason?
Well, tonight, Tom, the school board voted 6-1 to have the bathrooms used at the high school based on sex, meaning girls have to use girls and boys have to use the boys' restrooms. Now, this has been the hot button topic here in Gloucester County the last couple months, and 10 on your side has been there step by step. 10th grader Gavin Grimm was born a girl but says he's a boy. In fact, he's taking hormone medicine and plans to have a sex change at some point. He doesn't feel comfortable using the girls' bathroom and he wants to use the boys'. Tonight, dozens of speakers told the school board what they think. Some of the male students said they don't feel comfortable being in a bathroom with a girl. Tonight's vote really came down to two things. Number one was privacy. Board members agreed they have to do something in their bathrooms to make them more private. Like some of the boys' bathrooms, some of the urinals don't have dividers in between. So they talked about doing things like that. The second big issue is civil rights. The ACLU has already warned the Gloucester County school system that it will take action and sue the school board if Gavin's rights are violated. One board member said the school system gets almost $3 million a year in federal funding. They could lose that government funding if Gavin is being discriminated against. So the vote happened. As we mentioned, they voted to have the bathrooms based on sex. Though the board is doing, what they're doing is they're creating unisex bathrooms around the high school for students who want something different. That's not good enough for Gavin.
While I'm disappointed, I'm very, very glad that the public has spoken. I'm glad that the school board has spoken, and my fight is not over because of the decision today.
One of the big things that was brought up tonight was the federal government maybe coming back against Gloucester. How concerning is that?
It's a big concern. It's always a concern. I think right now you heard a lot of the sides of the issue. Whenever there's litigation involved, nobody wins, and I don't think, I think this is the beginning this evening of something that'll be talked about much more in the future.
I am not the last transgender student who will ever be at Gloucester High School, and I'm not the first who has ever been. This is a civil rights issue, and I will stand up not for my own rights, but for the rights of every transgender student that will ever have to face this issue, both in Gloucester, well, all in Gloucester, Virginia, and the nation.
And we mentioned this is far from over. The ACLU just put out a response. Let me quickly read this for you, just a portion of this. Tonight, the Gloucester County School Board voted to accept a policy that will discriminate against transgender students by requiring them either to use a bathroom or locker room facilities that are inconsistent with their gender identity. As the ACLU and ACLU of Virginia told the board in a letter last week, the policy would violate Title IX of the United States Education Amendments of 1972, which prohibit schools to receive federal funds from discriminating on the basis of sex. So obviously this is far from over. As you heard the chairman of the board say, he believes that this is far from over, and Gavin says this is far from over. So we'll continue to stay on top of this story, but for now, that's the latest here from Gloucester. Jason Marks, 10 on your side.
More things to be sorted out. Thank you, Jason.